I'm telling you, Maz, I used to like Mustard and Johnson.
Yeah, it was good.
And I got to be totally honest. When we first started the show 15 years ago, that's kind of what I wanted our Friday show to be. And that's kind of why I think we've sort of done Fridays the way we've done Fridays. I like sort of the weekend recap show where you can go back and sort of give your take. I mean, it was good for them because you didn't hear them during the week, so they got a crack at it on Saturday from something that happened Monday or Tuesday. But as a listener, I sort of liked it. I liked being able to go back and do the whole week and put it in perspective during the week. And I kind of wanted that to be the Friday thing. Mustard and Johnson. I always liked the show.
Yeah, it was. And it really was a staple of their weekend programming for a long, long time. You know, I always found the time around him to be, you know, I say easy, relaxing. He was an easy guy to be around.
Yeah.
Easy guy to be around, very friendly, very outgoing, you know, and so I was sorry to hear it. I liked Larry quite a bit.
I liked his artwork too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you stay in touch?
No, I didn't actually. I wish, you know, you can't keep in touch with everybody, but I always wish I, you know, kept in touch with some people at least a little bit more than I have. But I can tell you this, like there are some people, you know, we all have those people. If you ran into them somewhere, you might, you know, not necessarily go out of your way. I would go out of my way to say hello to Larry Johnson. I mean, he was again, good guy, nice guy.
So rest in peace.
Yes.
Larry Johnson, and thoughts go out to his family and anyone who knew and worked with him over the years. He was a good guy, no doubt about it. And I enjoyed him on the air. I did. Carl asked Maz, where's Soto going to land? The Dodgers?
I'm not sure. I'm going to put my money on the two New York teams. I think he's going to stay in New York. I don't know which one, because I think there's a chance there that the Mets will knock him over with a pile of money and he won't be able to say no, and Boris won't let him. And I could see him staying in New York. New York could be a good place for him to stay. He'll hit a lot of home runs there. And, you know, and I think he's going to want a place that is committed to spending long-term. That would be my biggest concern with the Red Sox if I were him. How do I know that in 5 years you're not going to suck again?
Alex writes in, you make fun of millennials, but then make references that no one under the age of 90 gets. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to give you my references. I'm not going to give you your references. And millennials are easy to make fun of. You're eminently make funnable. And when we were young, the older people got on our ass.
Correct. Part of the deal.
Kids today.
Yep.
Except they really deserve it. We didn't deserve it quite as much.
No, we were far more, we were mature beyond our years.
We actually worked hard and didn't have to ask why. I didn't have to know why we're doing it. I just fucking did it. And now I need to tell the kid why we're doing it. Fuck off.
It's the same shit over and over again, though. Like eventually that kid's going to be older and he's going to complain about the younger people behind him. It's all part of the deal. It's a rite of passage.
But I think that this time you really deserve it. You're different. You are actually worthy of that. Maz, we didn't know Celtics today. If you were going to talk Celtics, what were you going to say?
So I was just going to say that on the defensive end of the floor, I don't like this matchup for them.
Why?
Because the Cavs have two big guys between Mobley and Jared Allen that they can play both ends of the floor. And that's going to be a problem for the Celtics because they don't have Porzingis at the moment. And I'm not sure Kata's ready for this sort of matchup. So you always like the Celtics on the perimeter and on the wings. But I think if Cleveland wants to go to the bucket and get offensive rebounds and all that kind of stuff, not to mention prevent the Celtics from going into the paint at the other end, I think they can do that.
Did Celtics want to go in the paint?
Well, occasionally.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't love the matchup. I hope I'm wrong.
This team shouldn't give them trouble. If this team gives them trouble, then they're not the team we thought they were. I don't think. You think Cleveland's ready? Like really ready?
No, but they're playing well and the Celtics aren't. Look, I could see the Celtics winning by 15 tonight. Don't get me wrong. I know how good they are. But right now, I don't think they're playing great. Cleveland's playing well, and their best players are healthy. So to me, you know, I mean, I'm eager to see. I'll say this, like, I like finally that there's a real fucking game to watch. Can I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like watching Toronto, whether the game's close or not. I want a real opponent where I know the game means something, and it would mean something to me if they played well and beat Cleveland tonight. It would mean something to Cleveland if they played well and beat the Celtics. So, like, at least it's a real game.
Maz, what's the
I don't
deal?
want to watch the Bruins again, I'll tell you that.
Maz, what's the deal with you keeping frozen shrimp in the Sports Hub freezer? They were talking about it on the morning show last week. Why do you keep frozen shrimp in the freezer?
I don't have shrimp in the freezer anymore.
But you did.
Years ago at the old building.
They're still talking about it, apparently.
Well, I told you how in touch they are. Talk about past references. I'll tell you why I kept shrimp in the fucking freezer.
Why'd you keep shrimp in the freezer? I do want to know why.
Okay, so here's why. Because a lot of times I was on the fly and on the run, and if I wanted a salad or something, or, I might not have protein to put in it. So I used to keep cooked frozen shrimp in the freezer and then just run it underwater and throw it on my salad. That's why. Is that so ridiculous?
It feels a little, yes, it does.
I don't really think that's all that ridiculous.
How many people keep frozen shrimp at work?
I don't know.
To throw on a salad when they're short on protein.
Don't ask me. Not my problem if the rest of the world is stupid.
No, but it does sound a little much.
It's really not that much. It is.
There's no one else I've ever known.
So what else
who has kept frozen shrimp in the freezer in case they need protein on their salad?
What can I put in the freezer that's already cooked and frozen?
Why do you keep anything in the freezer?
Because I eat on the fly all the time.
Me too.
Yeah, but you bring your food with you.
I do.
I'm not that organized.
Oh my God.
I'm not.
You are.
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
Michael wants to know, where has Naughty Maz been relegated to?
I have nothing to do with Naughty Maz.
Who did?
Toucher and Rich.
It was all Rich.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's been, even when he was here, it had been years since we had done it. So I know nothing. I know nothing about why it wasn't, wasn't a bit anymore.
David wants to know.
I can take some guesses.
No, I'm sorry. Connor wants to know, well, where'd it go?
I don't know.
You just said you could take some guesses.
I don't want to do that.
Explain the demise of the Toolbag show.
Oh, with Dan O'Brien.
Was it the urinal episode?
No, that was like the highlight.
So what was the urinal episode? What did we do there?
So when we, the urinals in the bathroom in our own building, do you remember they did?
Oh, that's right. No partition.
Right. No divider.
Yeah.
So Dan O'Brien, I always thought that was kind of weird.
Oh, it definitely is. Oh, it definitely is.
I need my space.
I need just a little something.
Privacy.
Just give me a little something there in between.
So Dan O'Brien and I thought that would be a good Toolbag episode to go in there and actually hang the dividers, the partitions, which we did brilliantly, I might add. And
what was the trick? I mean, you just drill bit the nails into the tile like that. Do you need a stud back there? Do you need, or can you just put it anywhere?
You can do it with anchors right into the ceramic tile.
Yep.
And we bought all the equipment or all the supplies at, Granger. For the ones who get it done.
I've heard that. Yes.
Okay. Well, there's one. I don't know if it's still there. There used to be one in Watertown that I actually bought the dividers from, trying to match the ones that were already in the bathroom, and O'Brien and I hung them in there. But the podcast did not take on quite like we thought it would.
I thought it would have been a natural.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't want who wouldn't want do-it-yourself tips from me?
Aren't there a lot of dudes who just want to sit around and do the fucking do-it-yourself thing?
I thought so, but we thought we might be able to get some sponsors involved, and
like a no-brainer.
But it never really took.
Along these lines, Robert wants to know, Mazz, how are the leaves and lawn doing? We may get rain. You ready for snow blowing this winter? Along these lines. So I've sold my house in Wellesley over the summer, so I've not had to. One of the great things about it, I don't have to worry about my fucking lawn or the water. You own a house in the suburbs when you want rain and you're happy for rain and you wonder about the rain and you want, like that's been eliminated from me. But I if I still own my house, I think I'd be going nuts with all the lack of rain.
So I mean, I don't mind the lack of rain right now because it's fine. I mean,
you're because has the shit stopped growing? Is that why you don't need water?
Yeah, it's not a big deal right at the moment. I mean, it's dry, but you don't want to leave the wet leaves on your lawn, especially that will kill your grass. So I usually have 2 fall cleanups that I don't do. I have someone do those. I hate raking leaves. I'm not going out there to do that. However, at the beginning of the season, when there were leaves on my lawn, I have a Gravely 0-turn mower. So
can you reverse it and blow it?
No, it's got a bagger, and I can just
bag it. Yeah.
Yeah, but if there were too many leaves, it takes too long. So I did that at that point, and now the guy will come. He does it in 2 installments. Second one's this week.
It's more expensive than you would think, right?
Oh my God.
I hate it. I used to hate paying that.
Yeah.
Hate
it. To get your yard cleaned, it's like $1,000.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I know, it's insane.
To pick up some twigs. Mazz, you haven't had to use a snowblower for 2 summers, I bet.
Correct. Basically.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm disappointed. I like it.
I knew it.
I don't want to sound like
I knew it.
Francesa for
I
crying
knew
out
it.
loud, who used to say, I'm a fucking Picasso with my snowblower. So, but that's sort of how I feel. I am brilliant with the snowblower. And it's the same company as the mower. So what they do every year is part of my endorsement deal with them. Because when I was a kid, I don't know if you know this story. I worked in a hardware store.
Okay.
This is how I got into sports media. Do you remember the show Chronicle?
Sure, of course. They still have it.
Okay. So Mary Richardson used to host Chronicle.
Is that the gal that we see every year at Christmas in the City?
No, that is Mary Ellen Burns.
Yeah, Mary Ellen Burns, right.
But
right,
Mary
right,
Richardson, who ended up, I think she got Parkinson's and passed away a few years back.
Yeah.
But Mary, way back then, used to host Chronicle. She was a weekend anchor on the news as well. But anyway, she used to live in a nearby town and come in and buy supplies. So I started talking to her. She said, you want to get into sports media? She hooked me up with Mike Lynch, used to sneak me in on weekends, and I started interning there when I was in high school. So that's how the whole thing started. But long story short, I knew about the brilliance of Aaron's snowblower. I'm like Joe now, pitching products on the air. But when I was in a hardware store, the guy told me that Aaron's always made the best snowblowers. So I bought one, had one for 20 years. When they came along, perfect marriage of endorsement. So they take the mower every year because they own Gravely, and they give me a snowblower. So there you go. And I love using it.
The only problem is
no snow.
No snow.
I think we're going to get hit this winter.
Ryan asks, how about Keith getting the Monty scoop for all the hockey guys?
Hey, good for him.
Keith's gotten some Bruins juice.
Yeah, he had the Hampus Lindholm injury too.
And did he have the Swayman signing in the first place?
He might have.
Somewhat-
Early on that, I think.
or the
And then,
holdout or something. Like he's been ahead of the curve on some Bruins stuff.
yeah, he's got some good.
God bless.
Yeah.
He's got juice. What do I care?
Yeah, good for him.
What do I care if Rich Keefe breaks it or Fleur Shinzawa breaks it or Ty Anderson? If Ty Anderson's our guy, I would root for Ty. I don't mean that. But for our purposes, what's the diff?
Yeah. I mean, Rich used to work with us.
Go nuts. Go nuts, baby.
Now he's stuck with Jones.
Maz, in or out on turkey on Thanksgiving?
In.
It annoys me that people are like out on turkey because you're kind of out.
It's all right. I mean, would you eat it any other time of the year?
Yeah.
Really? When?
I just don't, but I would.
Oh, why not?
I like it a lot. It's a very filling meal. It's a thing.
But if you really like it that much, how come you don't get it?
The preparation. I'm not going to sit around and fucking baste a turkey for 4 hours
Buy it at Whole Foods.
on a random April afternoon.
Buy it at Whole Foods.
What do you mean buy it at Whole Foods?
They'll cook it at Whole Foods, pick it up on the way home.
No.
You know why?
No,
Because it doesn't have that much flavor. That's why.
I like it. No, that's what gravy's for.
Uh-huh.
Your problem's the flavor?
Yeah, it's not that great. I mean, I don't hate it.
Do you do it?
I like red meat, but you can't have that much of it. And fish. I like fish.
Do you do it on Thanksgiving?
Of course.
Turkey.
Yes.
Okay, well, some people don't.
See, this is an Italian thing. You think about it, because I'm Italian, I'm having meatballs every Thanksgiving.
I think you want to have meatballs every
Uh-huh.
Thanksgiving.
No, I'm okay with the turkey, but we do have pasta on Thanksgiving too.
I'm sure you do.
We do.
Let's see.
Pasta pretty much with every meal, including Christmas Eve. With the we don't do the traditional 7 fishes, not to get on this road.
Yeah.
But my mother did used to make like a fish tomato sauce. She used to make
Love it.
Yeah, it was great.
It's like a bouillabaisse. Is that what they call it?
Well,
But that's not Italian, though.
She used to actually make it with tuna, believe it or not. It was really, really good.
I like it.
So my sister has sort of picked up that tradition. So we keep that, but pasta on Christmas Eve, pasta on Christmas Day, pasta on Thanksgiving.
I'm surprised to hear this, Maz. Really?
Yeah, it's stunning.
Let's see. Where are the puppets? Labor intensive. Hardy's got bigger fish to fry, to use that analogy. And so the little fellas are just jammed in some Tupperware box somewhere here at the station. I keep saying it's a perfect opportunity for an intern in a creative video class or something. You want to come in and take over the puppets? Love to have you. Put together an episode. You do puppeteering? I don't know. It's an opportunity. People watch that shit. Those get a lot of views, a lot of exposure. The little guys, again.
Right. Since Hardy left, we haven't been able to do it.
It's be very sad. They're just jammed up together.
There's someone skilled in video and puppeting.
Yeah, and creative. And at least we should bring them out of the thing and air them out a little bit. Let them,
Breathe.
Because again, they're all just scrunched up together in some Tupperware.
The clothes probably have holes in them now from the
I
mods.
feel bad for the little guys. Felger, did you move to the city? How do you know I moved to the city? Yeah, we moved to the Seaport. I fucking love it. Oh, died and gone to heaven, Mazz. Died and gone to heaven.
I'd love to get out of the suburbs. I'm not there yet.
I've lived in Boston 36 years. 36 years. And I've lived in student housing to start, dorms, brownstones, Back Bay walk-ups, Beacon Hill, tiny little fucking cigarette box size little apartments.
Studio.
7-story walk-ups, studios, 4 beds with people. I've lived in Brookline in an apartment. I've lived in a duplex. I've lived in a house in Wells. I've lived in the suburbs. I've lived in the city. I've lived everywhere between. This is the first time I've ever lived in a high-rise, full-service building.
How many times have you moved?
And I love it. I'm so ready for it with the valet, the guys downstairs, the doorman. Everything's clean and perfect and sterile. I don't have to worry about a blade of grass. I don't have to worry about the gutters or the fucking roof or anything. It's all done for me. And it is, I just say this to drive the point home. Antiseptic and sterile, and I love it. Clean as a whistle.
No drunks?
And everything's done. The Seaport, I don't know how the Seaport did it, but, I'm afraid to say it because I don't want them finding it. But there's no indigents down there. It's like, where are you? I feel like saying, like, where are all you guys? What happened to all you? And I think that they did it, and I'm just guessing. So don't act like I'm no fucking expert, but I'm just guessing, like, why? Why is there no homeless down there? There's no real subway stations, which apparently is like sort of a magnet. They have the Silver Line bus, and it does go underground, but there's only a couple stops. World Trade Center, and then down at the end, and then it goes to the airport, and then South Station. So it's not like a real subway line. So there's no subway line. I don't think there's like city bus services onto the Seaport. Is there? I don't think there's city buses. I think it's just that Silver Line, which are buses. So the public transportation is limited and scaled down. Okay. There's no real liquor stores per se. They have a couple of kind of high-end smaller markets that you can buy booze in, but it's not like a liquor store. There's no real convenience stores. Like there's not a 7-Eleven down there or anything like that. Again, there's some higher end sort of things that kind of approximate that. There is a CVS, but just the one.
Where's the CVS? Is it on Seaport Boulevard?
On Seaport Boulevard. Yep. On Seaport Boulevard.
I think I know where it is.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's clean. It's nice. It's safe. The 12-year-old walks around like, shoot, the 12-year-old walks around the Seaport like we're back in Wellesley Center. It's wonderful. It's right there. The Pike there's exits and entrances onto the Pike. So it's like fucking so easy to get out here and back, except for today. There was a big accident in the Prudential Tunnel and the thing was backed up like a mother and I couldn't get here. It's why I was late. So every now and then you do run into, so when I drive back, before I go out to the TV show, I drive back at night and there's traffic going back into town. That's the only time I really get traffic. But it's like, the whole thing is like, I've died and gone to fucking heaven. And I sound like a douchebag, but fuck it. I don't care. I'm 55 years old. I've made a little bit of money and I like it. And so if it's snotty or whatever, then so be it. I don't care. I'm just telling you.
Because you're 55 and you're a douchebag.
I'm 55 and kind of douchey. It suits me. It's perfect. All right, so I just gave you 5 minutes on the Seaport. Yes, and I can enjoy a $25 takeout hamburger at Shake Shack. It's expensive as balls. So was Wellesley. That was no bargain. And though they have places that are open up late. Like there's this taqueria right around the corner from me that has this false front. It just looks like a taco stand. And then there's a door that would look like a refrigerator that you would go into the back refrigerator. They'd keep like this food and stuff. It's not. It's a door to a back room, and it opens up to this full bar fucking restaurant that's open till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning every night.
Awesome.
I'm like, this is beautiful. Oh, the place is the great. The place is the balls.
You watch games in there?
Yes, you can. Place is the balls.
Pretty good.
Yep. Okay. Ichiro unanimous, Mazz?
I don't know if he'll be unanimous, but he'll get in first crack. So yes, and I'm going to vote for Ichiro. I mean, how do
You
you know?
are.
Yeah.
You have to.
I mean, how do you know? He was a revolutionary. I mean, he was a huge, influence on the game and a barrier breaker in a lot of ways, a positional player to come in and have the impact he did.
How many hits did he have?
Oh gosh, he was over 3,000.
But
and then if you add in Japan,
he was like 5,000, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he quite got to 5, like 4,600 maybe.
But he was a 3,000 hit guy in MLB.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike Duffy, Mazz, what show are you watching?
Say that again.
What show are you watching? What are you watching for TV? Your
sorry.
shows, yes.
I got mixed up. Sorry, I didn't know what you were talking about. We are watching new season of Bad Sisters just came out with what's her name? Sharon Horgan. Anyway, that just came out. Been watching that. I like Shrinking, which is Harrison Ford. Tremendous. Those are really the two big ones at the moment. My kids are watching some shows that I sort of get sucked into, but that's about it.
I haven't heard of either of those.
Shocker. Kelly is back there. Kelly, have you heard of those?
Yes, I love Shrinking.
Yeah, Shrinking she likes.
The new season just came out.
Shrinking?
Shrinking. It's about Harrison Ford runs a psychiatrist's office, and he has some younger psychiatrists that work with him. And, they're basically, it's worth it.
I got it.
Harrison Ford in this is tremendous.
Salty?
Tremendous. Yeah, he's like, I think he's actually about in his 80s now. And his sense of humor in this and his delivery is off the charts good.
Mazz, who is your favorite female actress and explain why?
Current or all time?
Either way. Here, I'll answer while you're thinking. Current, Emma Stone.
Oh, I like Emma Stone.
Emma Stone. This is my go-to line when I talk about someone like this. Emma Stone could read me her grocery list.
She's really good.
And I'd sit there with my mouth open. She is tremendous. And I'm not just talking like physically attractive and all that. Oh, I think she's cute as a button. It's not about that. The fucking gal can act. The one she won the Academy Award for. Poor
LA,
Things? No.
Oh.
I love La La Land. That was years ago. What was the one she just won? This movie's whacked. Poor Things?
Yeah.
Strange. Poor Thing? Oh, you would love it, Mazz. Poor Things. She just bangs the entire movie. She's just banging, but it's not about it. It's just part of the story. She's just tremendous. Emma Stone. She could do anything.
So I'll say off the
I
top
could see her in a car rental commercial and I'd sit there wrapped. Go ahead.
I'd have to give a lot of thought to this, but who I do like Jessica Chastain. Did you ever see Zero Dark 30?
Yes.
I thought she was great in that.
She's great.
So I like Jessica Chastain quite a bit.
I also think Emily Blunt is tremendous.
She's good too, yeah.
Great comedic actress. Great way she carries herself, attitude. Love her. Tremendous. Real or fake Christmas tree, Mazz?
Fake. What? We used to do real. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Plus,
exactly.
I know a guy who was carrying it out after Christmas and blew out both of his knees.
Don't blow out your fucking knees. Just carry out the tree.
So I said, that's it. I'm out. So, and the lights on the tree, complete pain in the ass. So we got a pre-lit tree. We let the kids put it up. It's good. I'm done.
You have no soul.
It looks real.
You have no soul.
Sure, I do.
Anyone who has a plastic tree is like plastic as a human being.
Well, guilty.
I gave you more. I thought you had more there than that. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. It's a little bit. You take it out of the house. You got to sweep up the fucking needles or vacuum up the needles. Yeah. Big deal. You're celebrating the birth of your Lord.
I'm really not that religious.
Neither are we, but
Aren't you half Jewish?
Yeah.
Did you celebrate Christmas?
We celebrate Christmas.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm half Jewish in background only. I never spent a day. The only time I've been to temple is for, whatever, bar mitzvahs or things like this. We've never practiced any religion, frankly. Christmas is an American, like,
it's true.
I'm not begrudging you if you treat it as a religious holiday. I'm not dumping on you, but
no, it's very commercialized.
I think everyone can celebrate Christmas as a non-denominational American.
I agree with that.
Not holy day, but holiday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we treat
time to be with family.
Yeah, we treat Christmas like the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Thank people for things they've done for you for the year.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's not religious. but yeah, we do Christmas trees, real fucking Christmas trees. God, that's so disappointing.
No, fake tree. I used to go to church and stuff when I was a kid, mostly because my parents made me. CCD and all that kind of crap. But not since that ended. Not really.
Good question. Can I put the real tree in the high-rise building that I'm in?
No.
I'd like to think so.
Fire hazard.
I can have plants.
Well, plants are, you don't put lights on them and they,
I could.
You probably couldn't.
I'm gonna have to check the bylaws.
There's no way you can put a tree in that building. Can you have a grill?
No.
Why not? Fire hazard.
I'm actually lighting that on fire, Mazz. I'm not lighting the Christmas tree on fire.
You might. You don't even cut your own grass.
Paul says, no way Felger sets up his own tree. Fuck off. I set up my own tree. You better believe I set up my own tree. I do not, back in the day, cut my own grass. I did for a time. Fed my OCD for a while, the lines, but it's just too much fucking work.
I enjoy the time cutting the lawn. I'm serious.
Shocker.
Little solitude and snow blowing.
Let's see. How about actor, Mazz? What actor do you like watching?
What actor? Oh,
so I'll answer
so
for
again,
you.
like I got to think about this.
So
now.
I generally think anything that Brad Pitt is in is generally good. Pretty much everything I've ever seen him in is good. I'd say the same thing for Matt Damon or Clooney. Like I like those guys. I think those guys generally
good.
I think they generally take good scripts. They don't take shitty movies. They don't have to take shitty movies. They get to pick the good stuff. And basically anything that they're in is pretty good, I find. And I also just sort of like the way they act. I think they're smart and snappy, and I'll watch all that stuff that they're in. Not that I seek it out or that I've seen everything, but if I'm on a plane flipping through all the fucking movies or whatever, like I'll stop on one of their movies because they're worthwhile.
See, I don't know that I would have, in all seriousness, like a single favorite actor or actress. I mean, there were some that I like and some, I mean, I like most of them too. I just saw Conclave not too long ago, about a month ago. Ray Fiennes is.
So I don't know who that
Ray
is.
Fiennes or Ralph Fiennes? Ray Fiennes.
I don't know Conclaves. I don't know Ray Fiennes.
Yes, you do. He was in, do you remember the game, the movie Quiz Show? Did you ever see that years ago? Or
No.
did you see any of the Harry Potter movies?
No.
Huh. Anyway.
Oh, Conclave. I've seen ads for it. It's about the Pope.
Selection of the Pope.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this one is.
And is he the is he the actor who was the English patient?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He's really, really good. I mean, like,
there's a lot of great actors out there.
yeah, he's sort of like
Next level.
elite.
Yeah.
He's sort of elite. But I think and everything he's in, I think he's, really, really good. He's not an action movie guy, but he's excellent.
Mazz, do you decorate your house
For Christmas?
Yeah.
We put some small trees
Do you have
out.
the baby Jesus out in front on
No.
the front lawn?
No, with there's,
I'm joking.
with the what you would call it, the manger.
Yes, exactly. Nativity scene.
Nativity scene, yeah. Nativity scene. No, we don't do the nativity scene. No, we do put some lights out in the yard.
You do.
Yeah, but nothing big. They're pre-lit.
So I spend most of my Christmas. They are pre-lit.
A couple of pre-lit trees. Put them right by the front door.
It's so antiseptic, Mazz.
Not really. It looks
It
nice.
is.
No, it's pretty good.
It's fake.
It's fast.
Well, but not in my Christmas tree.
Oh, but it looks real.
The Christmas tree's got to be real. Christmas tree's got to be real.
It's very warm.
The elevator can be shiny clean with Muzak, but when I walk in, I want a fucking real tree. Like usually for several years and this year too, like for the 2 weeks, I'm mostly in Florida at my folks' Florida house. So I'm feeling this year, I'm going to wrap a palm tree or two.
Oh, that's cool.
It looks really good. Like it looks kind of cool.
Just around the
Just
trunk.
the trunk of it. Yeah. The people will do like out into the fronds, if you will, or whatever. And that looks really cool, but it's expensive.
I bet you Danny from Quincy could tell you a pre-lit palm. He's the biggest palm tree dealer in New England.
It's crazy. What a job.
Sea Captain Danny, that he is on his boat.
Okay. Let's one more and then we're going to get the fuck out of here.
Guy's on the water all summer and then sells palm trees during the winter.
Tommy
What
says
a gig.
It's impressive how any of us can hold back F-bombs on the air. I agree. It's true.
Well, we've had a couple slip over the
They
years.
do. It's like 1 or 2 a year slip out there, but otherwise, all day long, it's fuck this, fuck that. Like, oh my God. And then for the 4 hours, you can't do it. It's crazy. I wonder if that's all going to change eventually. Like the whole FCC thing and the whole world is like the Wild West. There's no regulations on the internet. There's no regulations on satellite radio. There's no regulations on cable TV. We're allowed to swear on NBC Sports Boston if we want to, in terms of the government, the law. The company doesn't want us to do it.
They discourage it.
Right. But it's not like it's a violation or anything, or there's no delay on TV. You don't have to drop it. They want you to apologize if something slips.
So I'd be willing to bet that the other thing happens first, that eventually the internet gets some regulation.
Think so?
Yeah. I don't know that. I'm just telling you, that's my guess. They haven't figured that out yet, but that's pretty, it's pretty loose.
I'm telling you. Even though we can't swear, that's still the best product going, folks. I keep telling you. Free. No subscription, no sign up, no dual authentication. None of that is necessary. No bots. Like, that's it. That's the shit right there. And it's you hang on to it. Don't overlook it. It's the best product going. Thank you, Mazz.
Happy to do it.
Okay, we'll see you next Wednesday. Kelly Anderson, thank you as always.
Thanks, Kelly.
Bye.
See ya.